What's going on, y'all? Today we're gonna look at 5 ways musicians can make money from home.
Live the life you love.
So first we're gonna look at live streaming. The key with live streaming is consistency. You wanna be doing a live stream at least once a week, and these can be on YouTube or Facebook. Yes, you could use other platforms like Instagram, but ideally, to make money from home, you wanna use Facebook Live or YouTube Live. And again, like I said, consistency is the key. You want to be doing these at least once a week, if not 2-3 times a week. You need minimal gear. All you really need to get started is your iPhone. And then the next step after that to kind of really increase the quality is just good lighting. So getting a cheap ring light from Amazon. I'll throw a link to one in the show notes to what I use. Just for $60, you can get a stand, a light, really cool, super easy to set up. So then the next main thing you want to do is set up your virtual tip jar. So you can do that through paypal.me. It's real easy. If you have a PayPal account, you can set up a virtual tip jar. It looks just like this. People can tip whatever they want, right? They can type the amount right here and tip the amount that they want. You can also use Venmo. Some artists will have used their Venmo link and a PayPal means of giving people the option, right? There's not just one way people can donate on your YouTube Live or your Facebook Live video. The most important thing too while you're doing these live videos is engaging with your audience. You want to recognize people as they come in, right? And they join the live session. The key is you want to keep it short. Keep these 15 to 20 minutes. An ideal setup for these live streams is playing a song or playing an instrumental intro, then doing a quick little maybe engaging with the audience, asking maybe a question. Great questions to ask is, where are you tuning in from today? That gets more people to engage with your Facebook or YouTube live stream. And the key with these social media platforms is engagement, because the more people engage, the more people are going to see your live streamings happening, right? Because Facebook and YouTube, these platforms love content that people are engaging with, and they're going to share that content the most with their audience. A success story I always share when it comes to doing a YouTube Live or Facebook Live is an artist named Dawn Beyer, who I've had on the podcast a couple times. And she does these things. She calls it Coffee and Country in the bar. And she's kind of giving it a name and a title. You can see here she has her virtual tip jar, which links to her paypal.me account. And then some artists will also include their Venmo account here as well, giving people the option whether they want to tip you on PayPal or if they want to do it through Venmo. The second way artists can make money from home is through Fiverr, right? A lot of artists have many different skills. You know, a lot of musicians are DIY musicians. You're at home creating your own graphics, you're creating your own videos, you're managing your own social media. All of these are skills that people will pay for. So with Fiverr, not only can you make money from the many different skills you use for your music career, you can work from home, you have flexibility, you can use the money that you make to fund your music career, and it's one of the highest ranking gig working platforms out there. It's actually the highest ranking platform, but there's also a platform called Upwork that you can check out as well. And it's also a great opportunity to network with small businesses and other creatives. You never know what opportunities that can present themselves just by being active on Fiverr. And just a quick look, here are some of all the things that are offered on Fiverr, right? You can do writing and translation, you can do copywriting, you can do video animation, you can do videos, you can produce beats, you can produce jingles. There's so many different services offered through Fiverr, so I definitely want to encourage you guys to check that out and figure out ways you can make money using Fiverr. A success story here, there's an artist, she goes by Carrie Blogger. She's a songwriter and used to be a teacher. And she started a Fiverr page. You have to offer a gig that's $5, but then you can offer many different programs, as you can see here with her page. And she became a 6-figure earner on Fiverr. So it's a musician making 6 figures. She quit her teaching job and now makes most of her money on Fiverr. That's helping fund her music and her songwriting career. The third way to make money from home is through sync licensing, right? For music libraries. So everyone is in the music business, or most musicians are trying to get their music licensed to TV shows, to commercials, to movies, and so on. But there's these things called music libraries that all the small businesses, right? The small businesses, the lower budget films, the independent films, if someone is making a tutorial about Tai Chi or a tutorial about gardening or cooking, whatever, and they have music on that video, if someone's looking to license or get music for those videos or those commercials that they're making, those tutorials that they're making, they get those from all different types of music libraries, right? And on these platforms, you can upload full albums of music. Key things you want to have 2 versions of it, one version with the lyrics, and then one version that's just strictly instrumental. And some of those platforms are companies such as Triple Scoop, AudioSocket, Rumblefish, Shutterstock, Animato, and MusicBed, right? To share a success story with music libraries, we've had a guest on the podcast, and I'll share the link in the notes under this YouTube video. Her name is Emily Cott. She's made a great living, right? She's a full-time musician that's now been making her full-time living for 6-7 years with MusicBed, and she's had her music featured in commercials for Ashley Furniture, Urban Outfitters, Mini Cooper, and so many different more, just for writing specifically for these music libraries and learning what the audience from these music libraries want. Fourth, let's talk about Patreon. Patreon is a really great place for subscription revenue, right? So I always say the best kind of money to make is money that you make in your sleep that happens automatically. So if you have 100 people paying $5 a month on Patreon, that's $500 a month that's coming automatically every single month, as long as you obviously continue keep putting content out there on Patreon. So there's many great examples of artists who've had success on Patreon. So let's take a look at a couple of these examples. One of them is Ben Folds, right? Ben Folds, a very well-known musician, touring musician. He's offering one level of membership here on Patreon. It's $10. It's kind of a list of all the things that he offers, things from piano lessons to regular broadcasts, on-tour member benefits, and so much more. And he has over 1,200 people on Patreon supporting him at $10 a month, right? So that's $12,000 a month every month that's coming automatically to Ben Folds. There's also this artist, Cautious Clay. He has just a simple $5 level. Kind of see the benefits that he's offering here, right? And on Patreon, you can select if you want people to be able to see how many subscribers you have or not. As you see here, Cautious Clay opted not to. Another example is Corey Henry, right? He has 2 levels, a $5 level and a $20 level. And I'll add links to all these different examples for Patreon pages for artists to kind of get an idea of what they offer. Another great example is Amanda Palmer, the queen of building communities and building really strong connections with her audience and her community, right? She has an amazing story. Definitely want to encourage you guys to check out her TED Talks, or TED Talk. She's one of the first artists to raise $1 million through crowdfunding. It's a really great story here. And as you see here on her Patreon page, she offers many different levels, right? Starting from $1 a month to as high as $250 a month. And she has over 15,000 people supporting her on Patreon. And then another example, last one, this is a good friend of mine, Andrew Duhan. He's an artist from New Orleans who's going to be on the podcast coming up soon. If you're watching this when the podcast is already out, it's going to be episode 101. And he just has a simple $5 level. He has 189 members on Patreon, and you can also share how much you're getting per month, right? So $11.58 per month, every single month coming in automatically. And he shares all kinds of exclusive content here on Patreon that's a little more of a deeper look into the stories and his songwriting process. He shares ideas of songs he's currently working on, and that's also a great way to gauge what your audience is interested in, right? To gauge what music, what songs can maybe make your next album. And the fifth is music lessons online. There's so many great platforms out there where, such as Zoom or such as Skype, where you can have a video chat with people and teach them lessons, teach them how to play guitar, teach them how to play whatever it is, whatever instrument. I heard a great quote the other day on the podcast when it comes to teaching music lessons. This was someone that gives music lessons, and he said you just need to know more than the people you're teaching, right? Just get started. So you don't have to be super skilled or super technical when it comes to music lessons. And most musicians out there, you should be working on your craft every single day as it is anyway. So you should be good enough to teach music to a beginner, and you can generate more and extra revenue just by teaching music lessons online, and you can do it from home and don't have to go anywhere, and you can do it no matter what is going on in the world. So those are 5 tips on how musicians can make money from home right now today. If you want to go to makingitwithchrisg.com/blog/money from home, there's a whole list of other resources where not just musicians can make money from home, really anybody can make money from home, right? I have 30 plus revenue streams So check that out if you want to learn more. I have a link to that in the notes for the YouTube video. And thank y'all for watching. Please share this with anyone that you feel would learn from this and could benefit from this. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Would love to engage with you guys some more. Thanks for watching. And until next time, go see shows, meet people, make stuff. Peace, everyone.